All right, I'd like to welcome a very special guest. I got Mayhi Medrano, who competes at WFC February 4th. And my man's here has got some very, very slick skills. I don't know the opponent. I haven't seen. I checked their page. I didn't see a flyer for your fight in particular, but I did see your flyer, which looks very awesome. By the way, whoever did that, they did a very good job on that one.
Okay.
So the fight takes place on February 24th. What is the venue?
It's actually February 4th.
What did I say?
February 4th at the Saboba Casino in San Jacinto, California.
Okay. What did I say before? Did I not say February 4th? What did I say?
February 24th.
Oh, I said the 24th,
Yeah.
and it's the
Yeah.
4th, right?
24th. Yeah. It's the 4th. I heard 24th. My bad. I bet
All good. All good. So February 4th. And who's the opponent?
um. Uh, I, first time was Ryan, I believe so, but he's finding out of Altos out of San Diego. Um, Daniel Glover, Weber Glover. Um, he's a blue belt under there. He's fighting under for 3 years, but overall he's 0-1. But overall, I feel very confident. He's a long, lanky dude, and I just believe that's going to have better advantage for me on my end, being a very short dude like 5'6", 5'7". But overall, I just feel very confident with this one.
Well, I can kind of explain to the listeners why we're so confident. Long, lanky dudes tend to have long arms, and long arms tend to get snatched up by you in particular. Okay, you've got two very fast armbar finishes throughout your career thus far. One at 18 seconds. Literally, the fight highlight is the entire fight, and it was very, very awesome to see. And we'll get to your post-fight reaction in a minute because that was one of the coolest things I've seen in a very long time. But let's go back a little bit. Talk to me about how you got into MMA. Talk to me about your gym. Your coaching staff and training partners. Let's go ahead and inform the audience on what you got going on.
Well, how I started with my whole gone to jiu-jitsu was bullying, as in uh when I was getting bullied into from the very first start because I had a speech impediment, I had a stutter. I would sit in the back of the classroom and I would hear you know you know uh the office have to call my name for to be in the special needs class, and it was very embarrassing. So during the period in my life where I was feeling hiding in the shadows of my family, including my brother, my uncle, and just pretty much I just low self-esteem and that not that confidence. So I was like that again, that kid just getting picked on and bullied, especially being a native kid growing up in the community, having a traditional background in us natives. Some family household, we would grow our hair very long, and I had mine braided, and I would get called like a female. I would get mistaken called like a girl, or just being teased. But overall, when I was 12 years old, I met my professor Rick Lucero at Needles, California, and I was very intimidated. Seeing first day, first class, I thought, when's the punching gonna come in? I didn't know what jiu-jitsu was, and then just kind of looking around and seeing this shorter opponent fighting it like a big like a guy twice his size, and you could you know seeing this guy could survive and submit this larger opponent, and what this art is based on and what it's used for. So that's why I fell in love with jiu-jitsu. So ever since I was 12 years old, and a year later I did my first competition in NAGA, called North American Grappling Association. So when I was 13, I did my first grappling tournament, and that's when I officially realized where I want to take it off from here on. This is what I want to do. because I'm getting compliments from these grown men that are 40 years old that tell me, man, I wish I was you when I started young. I would, so I took the opportunity where I'm like, like this is something I could really have and could really develop. So so within this period of time, and then now until this day, being a brown belt, I have the privilege of teaching kids, and then adults too. I teach their parents. So I'm very awesome with the community and with everybody else. So overall, with and that's how I pretty much I met and got into jiu-jitsu was because of bullying and the teasing and just overall just low self-esteem, and just also it broke my speech impediment too. It broke my stutter because of being in counseling too. It didn't help whatsoever until I met professor. But overall, that's how the story happened.
And how did you make the transition into MMA? Because again, you said, "Hey, when are the punches coming?" Well, now they're coming.
Yeah. So I didn't get ready until my first MMA fight when I was actually 14 years old, and can't believe it or not, but my opponent, he was 17 years old. He was in high school, and he was a local high schooler, but he was talking all this shit and whatever. But he was a boxer, and for me, for like 12 years old, and now I'm 14 at the time, uh, you know, but overall it was just but again at that time it was like under sanction or whatever. It was like the way how I got away with this because it was under the reservation. So again, like no pads, no helmet, whatever. So I'm fighting, this 17-year-old boxer, and believe it or not, like I said, within under a minute, guess who? What? But what submission I got under an armbar. Yeah, by an armbar. So again, that's my signature move from ever since then was by an armbar. But don't let that be a secret.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, and it sounds like you enjoy competition and you excel. You know what I mean? So I'm very curious to watch you develop and grow, and see what you do. You know what I mean? Especially come February 4th, a day before my birthday, actually. So thank
Really?
you. Yeah.
Happy early birthday then. Happy early birthday. Nice.
Awesome. It'll be a great birthday gift seeing you come home with the win, my mans. All right. So talk to me about the gym. Talk to me about who's getting you ready for this fight, man.
Well, of course, the one and only legendary Professor Rick Lucero. Um, I got these other brown belts like Ray Sosita, Mikey Green, the one of the top guys from grappling, and can't forget Ralph, one of the other brown belts, Ralph Cody. I have my other buddy that I'm actually like he's like my protege, Isaiah Turner. Um, he's a buddy from high school of mine, but yeah, he's my little protege. I'm building up. He should be having his MMA debut fight here shortly, but he's if you saw my highlight videos at my promo, he was the one who was getting thrown in the boxing ring. That dude. He's getting me ready. But overall, I gotta thank my help. I gotta thank my family, my Lucero Jiu Jitsu family. They're the one who's getting me ready, and just getting me this comfort feeling, because for me, I could do all this physical stuff, but it's to me, it's all about mentally. That's the only thing that will get me.
Now, is this Lucero's BJJ, the famous BJJ that cross trains with Bridge City Combat?
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is.
Awesome.
Uh,
Awesome. I
yeah,
just
yeah, I was gonna say that. I don't mean to cut you off, but we also like man, maybe next week. But anyways, but whenever we have like fights coming up, that's what we do. We would cross train from guys from Kingman, from Bridge City Combat, like Christian Byers, and his brother. They're awesome dudes, and they're excellent to train with. So overall, but yeah, we're the infamous, Lucero Jiu Jitsu Academy.
awesome. Awesome. They speak very, very highly of you guys over there.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, I was over there. literally, dropped your guys' name a few times. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that tells me that they're getting excellent work from you guys. So that's awesome to see Jim's cross training as well, especially over at Bridge City Combat. A lot of people think, Lake Havasu City, small little Republican town, and it's like, no, they got some killers, man. They got some killers. You got to be careful.
And not only that too, but fuck all the, you know, politics side and whatever. We just come here to train and be killers, dude. Just, you know, train our asses off. But besides that whole point, yeah, believe it or not, don't underestimate them.
100%, 100%. Well, maybe next time I'm down there visiting, we can have you guys over or
Oh,
something. I think that'd be cool.
yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. That'd be awesome.
All right, so back to this fight. Now, I don't want to, put game plans out there or whatever, but obviously the opponent knows that you hold a huge advantage on the ground, and armbar seems all but inevitable. Now, that being said, I mean, I'm sure he's got to worry about the striking too.
Well, no, most definitely though too, and that's another thing that I want to explain. That even Professor Rick Lucero says himself, as in everybody sees my ground game, and and how much it will go. So my jiu-jitsu game is off the chart, but that's why I'm saying, with my stand up, not many people have seen how good my stand up game is. I haven't shown it yet because I mean, with me, I'm just so comfortable with my jiu-jitsu. That's why I'm like, all right, I don't know. For me, I just kind of, I guess I want to show this time, show my stand up for a bit, but overall feel comfortable. But for the rest of the time, that's where my bread and butter is on the ground. But overall, my stand up game is pretty clean. I feel very confident in it. But overall, I just feel like, I don't want to play any games anymore. I just want to take the fucker down. Yeah, so instead of this, 1-2 exchanging combinations, give me your arm. Give me that arm instead.
I love it. I love it. All right. So talk to me about your aspirations.
Um, say that again. Exactly. What is aspirations? Sorry,
Aspirations is just
not
no, you're good. You're
not
good. You're good.
knowledgeable in the dictionary, but say that again.
Okay, so aspirations is what's your goal? What's your ultimate goal in this MMA sphere?
Well, not only to right now, get a belt. Of course, that's another goal that I have in mind. But honestly, is um well, are you gonna say with the whole like MMA goal and like in journey with the like with the particular fight, or with the whole MMA journey in general?
Like the whole MMA journey in general. Typically, most fighters envision themselves, in one of the bigger organizations. Is that something that you see for yourself?
Yes, like as in people asking me that question, UFC, but sad to say, depending, on Francis Ngannou, not getting, his respect. So that's why it gets me a bit scared where if I'm not, respected, that's why I mean I'm looking at these other organizations like One Championship, Bellator MMA, which is also a fantastic organization, which I'm not saying the UFC isn't good, but I'm just putting, my options out there, but overall, that's my goal is to get a belt under whoever I'm under, either WFC, King of the Cage, but overall, just trying to make them records go up, and but overall with the long run, get a black belt, and overall be a teacher, be a professor, and teach the community.
It seems like you're very, very passionate about it, which at such a young age is pretty inspiring. That's pretty freaking awesome to see, man.
Thank you, and well, that's why because of well, to me as in I was only the kid my age doing jiu-jitsu in the whole tri-state area, and also I was only it was me and the heavyweight champion Shane Rapatis. We were the only Fort Mojave, native kids training with under Professor, and then and then our tribal chairman Tim Williams seeing the type of champions that he built, what Professor built, and then that's how we also we got better investments through the tribe because seeing well, Shane also laid out the platform, and I carry the torch on, but overall, um, but that's also who's my big sponsorship too is the tribe, um, but teaching the tribal community is my big thing though too because with the thing that's going on in the tribal community, such as suicide, you know, women being raped and killed. Unfortunately, the two is also why I'm very passionate with teaching all genders, all ages. Teaching women who are rape victims. Teaching law enforcement too. They're great guys. Everybody's great in the community. That's why it gets me so passionate about teaching to everybody because everybody that I come across with, they're all awesome. So that's just all I gotta say about that.
That's pretty freaking cool, man. I dig that a lot. That's very inspiring. And I mean, not a lot of people are doing that. So that it makes it even that much of a bigger deal to me. You know what I'm saying? So very, very cool. And I'm sure the community supports you a lot for that. All right. So the question I asked before the phone died, I said I was asking about tribal support. I know a couple fighters that represent their tribes when they enter the cage, and the tribes really back them. So I was wondering if it was the same for you and yours, obviously.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, yeah, of course. And from the very first start, they supported me, for 100%. And yeah, like I said, the tribe gave out investment from the very first, from the training, money wise, and it's helped, without my MMA career, throughout my MMA career. Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like they, support you 100%. That's awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, it's the tribal fighters that I know that have been on the show. They have that same support from their tribes. So it seems like it kind of like is synonymous with Native Americans and being as prideful of a people as they are. Does that make sense?
Yes.
100%. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, which is dope. That's dope. I wish all, tribes or fucking, nations or whatever you want to call certain types of people. I wish they were all like that. I wish they were all supportive of their people. Um, but you guys seem to show the most love and do it the most, like, I don't know what the word would be, right? It's just it's a very prideful and like it's a different kind of support. It's a different kind of support.
And another thing though too is ever since are you familiar with TikTok?
What
The
happened with TikTok?
that platform?
Hmm.
It's because of when I posted my flight and do a little I pretty much put a video together and I came out with 47 views and a lot of tags with the native TikTok and indigenous TikTok, and pretty much there was a lot. If you go on my TikTok page, and the majority of them, or the viewers and the comments are in Navajo tribe, Hopi, um, all over. So yeah, even from Canada too. So like I said, I'm getting all the support from the indigenous.
But it sounds like the indigenous community supports the indigenous community, which is, like I said, it's fucking awesome. It's very
Yeah.
fucking
So,
awesome. Now, on my show, I typically ask every single fighter. No one gets away with this. No one goes on this show and doesn't get to answer this question. Okay. So on February 4th, literally hours before the day of my birth, when the ref raises your hand and the announcer announces you as a winner, what is Mahai having to celebrate his victory? What is he going to eat? What's that victory meal looking like?
well, the people back home, I I I asked my mom this though too. I'm like, would you please make me some far bread? I want some far bread with the works, with the meat, beans, cheese, lettuce, tomato, everything. If you don't know what far bread is, then better go with that shit up. That is delicious. That is everything. But overall, that is the price meal that is I'm looking forward to after those rounds, dude. After I'm getting that, my hand raised, that arm, whatever you want to call it, but I'm just looking forward to that meal.
Awesome, awesome. And is there any beverage to follow?
The Coors Light with that, maybe Coors Light, celebrate.
All right. And what are we having for dessert?
Shit, anything that sounds sweet right now, I don't care. But fucking that win, that W, it already sounds sweet enough. So like I said, I don't care about the dessert part as long as I got that fucking submission, dude.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, and what would this win mean for you, your family, your gym, your tribe? What would this win mean to you?
Well, not only as another native for locally going to another well-known Sababa native casino, because they're very familiar with tribal members as well. So it's just going to be like another. Well, for me on my end, like an honor to show that hey, I'm a from the Fort Mojave Indian tribe and representing the tribe and like just showing them as in like hey, I'm here to not only fight but make a good representation of myself. But what I'm looking forward to as in just overall just putting on a good show, just a good show. After this fight, it's gonna be on to the next one. So whether it happens that night, it's just gonna be win or learn. Nothing really to it.
Well, I love the mentality you kind of need it when you're stepping in the cage to fight another human being.
Yeah, it's very different. Walked into a cage. The only person is just is to hurt you. So overall, it's a different mentality.
The fighters are a very, very different breed. 99% of the population can't even fathom what it's like because they don't have the balls or the skills to do it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it takes a lot of courage to get in there, and I definitely respect you for that. Of course, towards the end of these videos, I like to give my fighters ample time to thank their coaches, training partners, sponsors, whoever they'd like. So like to go ahead and give you the floor.
From professional
Hold on.
boxing gym and Mojave.
You're cutting out. You're cutting out. You're back. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I'd like to actually make a shout out to my professor at Lucero from Lucero Jiu Jitsu Academy, Mojave Valley Boxing Gym, uh, run under Tommy Ramirez. Also, a few sponsors that I previously just like now got in touch with and now partners with, including Marvin's Mary J's and Needles, California, um, TAC 50 gun shop in Bullhead City, Arizona. And also, I can't forget though too. Just today, I got sponsorship connections with a new store called 95 Drip in Highway 95. So if you're familiar with that new store, go ahead and check it out. It has very awesome brand deals. But like I said, my most main important sponsorship I just want to say thank you to is my gym, Lucero Jiu Jitsu.
Awesome. Well, I think you're going to be a huge part of developing this next generation, and also helping people with, maybe not the next generation, but their generation. You know what I mean? Their self-defense, their families, their communities. I think you're going to be a very big part of that, and I think that's something to be very, very proud of. I think that's dope. 100%. That's really awesome. Like, it's really freaking cool. Kind of giving me the goosebumps over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very
Thank you.
commendable, and I respect you for that highly. But February 4th, you're going to get in a cage. You're going to take a man's arm. You're going to come home with the victory, get that bread, get that Coors, and then, on to the next one. And we'll catch up on that one as well, my friend. So I wish you the best of luck. Obviously, I won't be in attendance, but I'm sure you'll send me another sub-minute highlight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will.
All right, and for
I will.
those who can't be there in person, is there a way to watch it or stream it?
As far as I know, you're just gonna have to wait until they like a week later after the fight, and they usually upload it on YouTube on their web page
Awesome,
or on
awesome.
a page on their YouTube page or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, they have a pretty good YouTube page and they post everything on there, so you'll be able to catch the fights and even the highlights.
Awesome. So we'll check that out on YouTube. And of course, for those that want to follow you and your career, what platforms would you like them to follow you on, and where, how to find you?
From Facebook, of course, my name Mayhi. Can't forget how to spell that, of course. Mayhi Medrano, and then of course Instagram Mayhi_Eugene. And but yeah, follow me on both of those platforms.
All right, Mahai, it's been an absolute pleasure. I know it took a while, but we finally got the damn thing done. And, I got to learn so much about you, and those that are listening get to learn about you as well. And I'm glad we were finally get it done. It's going to be the first of many, my friend. I can't wait to talk to you again.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, not a problem. Now, before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to get into the universe?
Just nothing but love and peace overall. Just nothing but be kind. Be kind to others. Train hard and train every day. Thank others. Thank the people that that are in your life. You can't. You don't know what day that you'll lose them, but overall, just love one another, and that's just my end of the message.
All right, man. Well, it's a great message. It's a great message. All right. Until next time.
All right, brother. Thank you. Have a good one.
You're welcome. You too.